We set the projector up, set the camera up, we confirmed it worked. It was this big kind of fish exhibit where you hold your hand up and bubbles would get summoned and a bunch of fish come in and it becomes really colorful. To see the kids react to it and just jump up and down, hold their hands up, that was really fun. That was probably my proudest moment for that whole endeavor. I chose to pursue projectors because it seemed like the easiest thing to do with the highest potential compared to any other option. And around the same time, I was talking to a professor who's kind of a good friend of mine now. It's Professor Maple. He's over the game degree. And I learned that Neumont wanted to do some kind of projection mapping outside. He just lent me a projector to use. I set that projector up. In that process, I learned a lot about the technical side of projection mapping. I learned about what's a good lumen count, what's the throw ratio, how do you line things up properly. My first idea was to make the simplest possible game I could that demonstrated something new that no one had really done before. So I made Pong, where you could control the paddles with your hands. I don't even know what try it was. It was probably my 10th try, but I started the program. It said it calibrated, and I held my hand up, and I started to see particles come out right where my hand was, and I was like, this can work. From then on, it was just making everything better. I remembered Neumont's idea of projecting outside. The first setup was super jank. It was the projector stacked up on top of a water bottle, stacked up on top of books, stacked up on top of a table, just barely aimed, angled down at the right way. The projector would shine through the window and it would just have this little red dot that would follow your foot. I set it up, I turned the program on and it said calibrated, and I just ran out the door super excited, and I put my foot there and I actually saw the dot following my foot. And I was like, this can work outside too. So from there it was just making more games. I tried to make as much noise about what I was doing as possible. I tried to commit all of my focus into it. That was a turning point where I stopped making passion projects, I'll say. I just made this my one and only passion project. When I started to take it seriously, we accomplished a lot. I was able to get it into the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. We set up a projection show at a clubhouse, and we just started to perfect the system so we could set it up anywhere. And Neumont is where it started, but yeah, we tried to put it out in as many different places as possible. One day I was on a call with the CEO of a place called Dreamwalk Park, and I tried to sell him my project. We went back and forth a lot about different ideas, and at first they were kind of like, okay, we could use it. But after a while it was like they were really interested in the idea. And he just threw something out there like, we think this is really cool, but we would love to have it just for ourselves, just for Dreamwalk. Sometimes I think, I can't believe I actually work here. Like, sometimes I wonder if it'll ever get old, but every time I walk into work and to see all these lights and moving parts, this was exactly what I was seeing as a kid. I knew what my dream job was, and now I have it.